Thank you for joining us on Black Investments Matter. I'm Antoine Anderson. There is a lot of news in the news cycle right now involving different types of scams. Now, certain individuals who shall remain nameless because those nameless people will sue channels like this one. We're going to keep them nameless, but we are going to get you up to speed on terms, what these two terms are, what they mean, and why is one not the other. We're talking about Ponzi's and pyramid schemes. Stay tuned. All right, let's first talk about what a pyramid scheme is. This is something that was really taking place, 10, 20 years back. Sometimes called multi level marketing, where it involves not only investors putting money into a project, but investors recruiting other investors. And those investors, those new investors, are paying up to the people that recruited them. So on and so on until you get to the top, where the first investor is basically getting funds from everybody in that pyramid. Um, those kind of investments are kind of prevalent within our community. It's always type of visual, word of mouth, big promises, big dreams with little effort. Something as simple as selling a product or an idea to someone else, and you're seeded some money until it's your turn, that kind of thing. That's what a pyramid is. A Ponzi scheme, on the other hand, is strictly from investor to the principal, so to speak. I take out $1,000. I want to invest in this particular project. You're going to give me a 10 or 20% return on that investment. So let's say it's a 10% return. I put $1,000 in, you're going to pay me back $1,100. Cool. Those investments come with risk. Most investments, actually all legitimate investments, come with a certain level of risk. You could lose your money. That's what investing is. You're not going to walk away from this scot-free, but what you're not supposed to do in investment is what is done in a Ponzi scheme situation, whereas you are taking investor money and paying other investors. There lies the problem. Now, the two cases we're going to talk about today is first the FTX, which is a Ponzi scheme. What Mr. SBF was doing was taking investor funds and paying other investors until the funds ran out. And these funds were being paid via people investing into this particular cryptocurrency or this particular exchange. Instead, SBF was buying things like personal items, securing names on stadiums, that kind of deal. And it's kind of come back to haunt him. And with certain level of corruption that's going on within FTX and Alameda, and we won't get into the details because it's far removed from what this topic of this video is. Needless to say, he did something very bad with other people's money. That's a Ponzi. This other Ponzi scheme that's being circulating on the web all week long involves a particular real estate investor. Now, the thing that gets me about this one is that it involves celebrity, but this particular celebrity was doing something that we're trying to do, and that is educate our people, our community, on the values and the virtues of investing to make money versus always trying to earn it through just labor or through some type of trade, like getting a CDL or opening a restaurant. All of that is also what we're promoting here, but we tend to think that's the only way we can do it. by opening up a salon and just making money based off of the labors of our hands and our skills. Investment is something that is lacking in the African American community, and that's why we are out here trying to educate more and more people into these things. But when you have scams like this happen, you make it so much harder for individuals to trust. We are particularly hit hard by this because most of us usually go sight unseen. We like to gravitate to the things that we can see versus what we know. We don't do our due diligence when it comes to research and education when it comes to these type of projects. You have to educate yourself on terms, and this is why this video is so important. We're not going to get into the details or the names of the individual that was involved. Black Investments Matter is not a financial advice column. What we are doing is trying to encourage people to do their own due diligence and educate themselves on what's actually out there. Because this is an example of not all money being good money and how you should watch how you spend it. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with this particular case. I hope the parties named or involved do make some kind of a headway. There's been one social media podcaster who's got way more experience in investing in real estate than I ever will. And he's been on the neck of that particular individual. And if you look at some of the posts by Tony the Closer, you'll get a sense of what we're talking about. I don't want to leave too much out there for, the uninformed. Shouts out to Tony the Closer. But you want to make sure that you're always dealing on the up and up with people. Don't make promises you can't keep. That golden rule, do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. And basically, don't rob Peter to pay Paul. That's a Ponzi scheme. And in the pyramid, it's robbing Peter to pay Paul, but you're getting Peter to recruit Simon. Make sure you keep your business on the up and up. Leave your comments, concerns, and be careful about what you write about that particular individual, because that dude has been known to sue people. So let's keep those comments clean in that comment section. I will talk to you very, very soon. 726 watched hours away from full monetization. Help us get there. Thank you very much.